Everybody, welcome to the Art of Relationship show, where every week I am doing a Q&A. I'm changing the format a little bit before, so you can ask your questions on relationship, on marriage, on intimacy aspect, as I am a licensed professional counselor, uh, couples, marriage, and sex specialist. That's my area I work in. And any questions about trying to help you heal, you know, trying to move past a heartache, maybe an affair, maybe, one of you cheated, to be able to help you back through that, or intimacy aspects too. Um, and I've been doing this professionally for what, over 2 decades, 21 years now. And my passion has always been to help people out to become more connected emotionally, mentally, and definitely, woohoo, physically, people. So throw out your questions. Let me know what you have going on. What's problems are you happening? I want to help you out as much as possible. And one thing talking about in the thumbnail, in the heading and everything, is about social media cheating, right? And I look at, how many people bash, how many people look at social media is to blame for cheating, or even if social media is considered part of cheating. If you are talking to someone, if you send a heart or a thumbs up, whatever, on someone's picture, do you view that as cheating? And I get a lot of questions, a lot of couples in my office right behind me. And excuse the boxes if you can see them behind me. I am moving my office. It was supposed to be Friday, this Friday, a couple days from now, but it got moved back till next week. So I got boxes all over. The big cabinet that used to be behind me in the picture is gone. I gave that away for free to get it out of here. So again, any questions, join below. Throw your questions, throw your comments down below, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. So going back to social media, everybody, or a lot of people, might blame um different, right? Everybody looks at social media as blaming for them to be the blame for cheating, whatever. Oh, if it wasn't for social media, if it wasn't for online presence, my man wouldn't have cheated, my woman wouldn't have cheated. So I look at this is not a right or wrong. This is not a element of, being oh, it's the blame. I look at it, it's the people, right? Is it social media, and or is it the person? Okay, so a lot of people look at, I'm sorry, I'm tripping over my tongue. Okay, starting tomorrow in Georgia, we have to wear masks in school again because a new variant. Oh my God, no, really, I didn't hear. I've heard it's ramping up a little bit with COVID-19. So my deepest wish is Kenny down there in Georgia. But I want to look at what is going on and what is happening when in your relationship. What challenges are you dealing with or having a hard time, getting on the same page with? So, and a lot of it is social media, right? A lot of people will look at, I blame social media for my relationship ending. I blame social media for my divorce. I blame social media for my lady cheating on me or my man cheating on me, whatever it is. And I look at social media might be an outlet, right? It's one of those things when, in I'm dating myself because I'm old, right? In newspapers, when they were a thing, hey, what's up? So I look at when, they had dating ads in newspapers, right? And before online even was a thing, they would have personal ads for dating, looking for people. And they would blame, oh, people looking at dating ads to cheat and all this stuff. So everybody looks at a certain medium or mode that blames for cheating. No, it's the relationship, it's people that do it. It's how you use social media. So I look at, is it really cheating, or what is your definition of cheating using social media? Okay, so I look at that aspect, those type of elements, to be able to look at, are you blaming social media, or are you looking at the person that cheated, your partner? Hey Amber, what's up? I appreciate you joining in. Like I said, you can join the comments down below, and please share the video, on your feed. I want to help as many people out there. And that's what I've been doing for over 21 years now. And that doesn't include grad school and all that stuff, right? So, but I want to help as many people out there. So share it. If they got any questions, have them join in. And again, throw out your questions, comments down below. Other than pre-tax or after tax for 401k, I have no idea. I'm not a tax person, so I deal with trying to help relationship aspects, right? Marriages, couples, and intimacy aspects big time. So I want to go on, what are your boundaries? What are your guidelines when it comes to social media? When it comes into, are you okay with your person liking a person of the opposite gender? Or for same-sex relationships out there, are you okay with your partner liking a thing? Are you out there? Are you good for being able to like certain situations, to be able to look at what is going on in your relationship? Why would somebody want to use social media or any other form to reach out to talk to somebody else? Is something lacking in the relationship? And are you able to look at that? And again, it doesn't condone or blame, blame you at all. It's the person that did the cheating, did all that. It's not social media, but you have to explore what is happening in that relationship. Why would your person want to talk to somebody else? And a lot of people will not look at themselves. They want to play the victim role, and they want to blame everybody else or every format for why they cheated, instead of maybe they didn't feel love, maybe they didn't feel desired, maybe they didn't feel appreciated, they didn't feel like a priority in a relationship, and you're wondering why they cheated. Again, that doesn't condone or justify them cheating, but I want you to learn what's causing it. And same thing with social media here. Is social media the blame, or is it the person behind the social media? What is going on in your relationship? And to be able to look at those elements and be able to look at what is happening around them, and even asking yourself, when was the last time you asked your person, hey, do you feel loved by me? Do you feel desired by me? Do you feel appreciated? When was the last time you had this conversation, people? When was the last time that you were able to ask that question, and not only ask you what is happening right now? Narbo, can you give my cousin Mike Hawk some words of encouragement? He's going through a rough time now. Absolutely, Mike. I give you props. My deepest wishes. I don't know what you're going through right now, so I give you a lot of props and my best wishes in what you're battling right now. Okay. Look at how you want the outcome if you can, and what's it take to, what is getting in the way of that. And it's hard if it's a medical condition or something like that is going on that we have, maybe limited control over. So my props out there. Okay. So, but looking at, your relationship dynamic and how many times, oh, you're welcome, Nerval. You're very welcome. So I look at, what is happening in your relationship that would cause your person to want to stray from the relationship. Again, not justifying, not condoning, not at all, but looking at your role in that situation. And I talk about this a lot. I talk about this in numerous episodes I do in different formats. Before I started Q&A that I'm doing now. So even though I'm talking about a specific subject like social media cheating, please, I want a Q&A. It's an open format to help as many people out there. Maybe some people don't know how to talk about intimacy with their partner, or they have someone that is, their partner is shy when it comes to sex or intimacy, how to help them open up. And somebody could do everything perfect to make it safe for them, to get them to open up and not feel judged, not feel all those avenues of what's going on. So that's where I want to be able to look at, is it an individual issue in a relationship, or is it actually a relationship aspect, and that's where it has to be differentiated between, maybe a professional can help you, like me. They're one of them has a low sex drive, and to be able to look at, and the other one has a significantly higher one, is it, number one, what is the problem that's going on? Are you okay with having a lower sex drive or whatever? Or are you willing to get help from it? And it could be a biological, a chemical aspect going on. Could be, thyroid affects almost every body function. Everyone talks about low testosterone, estrogen levels. There's 3 estrogen levels that women have. There could be a lot of stuff going on that could be a simple fix. And a lot of people, even in this field, they don't even look at that. Oh, it must be a relationship issue. That must be what's going on. Wash your hair. Who's your daddy? Sorry, you're a Hoosier. No, anyways, no, peace and love to you out there. Yeah, I washed my hair. Look what happened. It all fell out many years ago. God, I was young, man. Like 19. Started when I was 18. So, I love you, bro. So I look at, yeah, I own my stuff. So, man, I was young. I was losing my hair halfway through my senior year of high school, man. I had the freaking flop, the air going on all over the place. So, and shaved for a long time now. So I'm old now. So I'm not 18, 19 when I started. I was like bald by the time I was completely bald by the time I was in my early 20s. So to be able to look at that and look at how many people look at, when it comes to social media and cheating, that you start looking at and blaming social media, but then let's face it, our insecurities come up, right? Like who's your daddy brought up, oh, I'm not loved because I'm bald. I'm not loved because I'm short. I'm not loved because I'm short and bald. I'm not loved because I don't have enough money. All these insecurities come up instead of looking at if people want things different, instead of, what is going on in that relationship, right? And social media takes a lot of hits about causing the demise of marriages, relationships. No. I look at it, makes it easier, yeah. But if you focused on, working on your relationship, being able to focus on what makes each other feel loved, makes each other feel respected, makes each other feel desired, appreciated, important. You work on those things, you don't have to worry about social media. You don't have to worry about anybody else, right? And yes, there are people out there, we know, I'm going to get, sort of proverbially slapped. Yeah, Greg, I do everything perfect. And my woman still cheated. There are people out there, those are the outliers, which means those are the exceptions to the rules out there, or the average. Everybody looks at research. Research says, 80% of people but, do this, or 90% of people, 70% of people. And you even have a lot of professionals in this field that will misconstrue those elements and be able to look at, 80% of people, but you're also looking at, what about the 20%, the outliers, the ones that there's always exceptions to every rule. There's always exceptions to every piece of research. So you have to be able to go after and do an individualistic perspective. And that's what's problem with a lot of people, say social media or, Googling stuff. And they're going by percentages and trying to get information. And I get that. And that's, that I'm not saying it's not important, but you got to look at where that information comes from, who's doing the research. But you also have to look at the outliers, meaning the exceptions to those rules. You could have 99% of people that whatever do this when whatever happens. But you might run into that 1% that's not part of that 99%. So that's where you have to look at. And that's where I get a lot of people get in trouble, and they, have gender stereotypes, right? All men do this, all women do that. And I tell people, no, even in my office, that you have to look at your person as an individual. You have to look at how do they view themselves as an individual. How do they view themselves as a woman, as a man, as non-binary, if you will, to be able to look at those situations and to, go after those. Okay. I love your synthetic wig. Do I have a question? Hey, Wolf, you said you have a question. Hit me up. Is it a joke or is it a serious question? Yeah, anything I can do to help, man. So Wolf, throw it out there. Let me know. I am not a lawyer, not at all. So, no, I'm a licensed professional counselor, uh, marriage, couples, and sex specialist here in Detroit, Metro Detroit. And I've been doing this for a long time, over 21 years now, plus grad school, internships, all that stuff. Okay. My BF is with another guy, and I really don't know what to do. Um, my heart goes out to you. My question is, I'm scared to break up with him, but I'd want to know, Wolf, number one, what is going on, and I want to know what caused him to be with another person, what he was not getting in the relationship. But I also don't want you, and I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago too. It's heartbreaking. That's why I do this. That's why I work with, couples and people, because heartbreaks are the worst. Okay. So I want to heal those, but I never want people to be able to, I don't want them to beg or plead for someone to be with them. I want to know, hey, why don't you want to be with me? Hey, what can I do to be a better partner? What can I do to improve intimately, sexually, or to be a better listener? Whatever it is, to be more fun, have a sense of humor, that type of stuff. What can I do to be a better partner for you? But then it comes down to, what if that person is looking for something different, and it's not that you're not good enough? Like I mentioned at the beginning of today, it might not be, I'm not pretty enough, I don't have hair, I'm too short, I'm 5'6", people, I own it, right? So a lot of people will look at this, and what if they want something that's different? So I don't want you to be able to beg and plead, but to be able to look at, he told me I'm not putting out enough. Then I would want to know, are you different as far as compatibility when it comes to intimacy? And that's a great question. And I look at those avenues. I look at, are you okay with the way you are? And I talked about desire discrepancies at the beginning. One wants a lot more intimacy or sex and the other one doesn't. And you look at what is good enough for both of you. And a lot of people will bash, and a lot of people will look at those situations. And if it's painful, you don't want to do it. You look at, can you be more intimate in other ways that are not painful for you, Wolf? And let's face it, if it's not enjoyable and if it's painful for anybody, they're not going to want to have intimacy on a regular basis. And that goes for, same-sex partners. That goes for heterosexual partners, non-binary, you name it. So if it's painful, does your partner know? And I would talk to him or your partner about that. So I would talk to him and look at, maybe, in intimacy, you might not be compatible in that way, or you look at what can be more pleasurable for both of you so it doesn't cause you pain. Okay. So I would definitely talk to them, but I don't want you to beg and plead for anybody to stay with you if I never want that. Like I said, I want people to go after and look at, hey, what can I do better, whatever. And some people just don't jive together. It's like some people want intimacy or sex, every day, and the other one wants it once a month, once every twice month. And to be able to look at those avenues, to be able to look at, what is, that we're just different. It's not like you're not good enough, not better. And I'm all about compatibility. Okay. I'm all about looking at and learning at, nothing's perfect, but in certain areas, the most important areas that you're looking for in a relationship or marriage, you got to be close to that, or it's just going to come resentment. It's going to build up and it's going to pop. And then you start, bashing each other up left and right. And I don't want your partner to beat you up. So you need to call 911. Okay. So you better, hey, Danny, you fluent in Japanese? No, I'm not fluent in Japanese. Huh? So I look at, you know, and those elements, and this goes for, not only, going back to social media, you got to look at, what does compatibility look like for you? Everybody, looks at maybe it's perfect. We need to align everything like the stars. That's unrealistic. But you look at, do you complement one another? Are you strong in one area and your partner might not be, and you have that? Or your partner's strong in one area and you're not? You look at, how do you complement each other? How do you balance each other? And you look at the root of the issues and not social media, and social media's the cause of cheating. You get me? And a lot of people will blame at that, and to be able to look at those elements to understand what is going on in the relationship. But a lot of people, they don't want to look at that. There's people that are great. Hey, what can I do? I want to be a better lover. I want to be a better partner. I want to be a better listener. Whatever it is, right? And that's great. That's awesome. But a lot of people don't. They're looking at blaming their partner all the time. They're looking at, playing the victim role. It's all my partner's fault. I do nothing wrong. You get me? We all do stuff wrong. I've been, doing this professionally for over 21 years, and I still do stuff wrong, but I want to be able to learn about it and be able to work together as a team. It's when you don't work together as a team, when you start looking at the situation, to be able to look at, how can you make that relationship better? Or are you not compatible? Or what is going on that caused someone to want to talk to somebody else about social media? Now, going back to social media and cheating, what is your view on cheating using social media? Is it that you're DMing somebody else, right? That you're messaging someone else, private messaging somebody? Is it that you're even liking someone's picture, commenting on somebody's post, right? What is deemed cheating, with air quotes, and everybody hates air quotes, I do too. What is deemed cheating with social media? And that's where I want you to be able to look at and set the boundaries, to be able to set the rules for you and your relationship. Some people don't care, right? Some people don't look at, oh, you like someone's picture, no big deal. That's not cheating. It's when you're maybe direct messaging somebody, or you're having private chats with this person and you're sharing intimate details, then it's deemed cheating. I don't decide what cheating is. I tell people there are 3 types of cheating, right? Emotional cheating, physical cheating, like a one night stand, and then I call it a combo, where it is, it's emotional and physical, where you're sharing those aspects. Okay. Amanda, hey Amanda, DM and private chats, which gets deleted. That's a great example right there, Amanda. And that's right, where you're doing something that, and I tell people, you set the rules and boundaries, what is deemed cheating. But if you are DMing somebody and you private chatting with somebody and you're deleting them because your partner's going to be hurt, your partner's going to be pissed off at you, your partner's going to feel disrespected, betrayed, then that tells you you shouldn't be doing it. And that tells you that it is wrong for your relationship or your marriage. That's a great example, Amanda. I appreciate that. And that's where I tell people, you look at how this affects you. And if I'm doing this and it upsets or pisses my partner off or hurts her feelings, then I probably shouldn't be doing it, right? And it's that old rule of thumb that, hey, if they were doing it, would I be getting upset? And a lot of people can be hypocrites, right? Like I said earlier, they're blaming everybody else, but it's okay, I do it, right? There's a post I shared to a friend of mine yesterday. I think it was one of those things. I can't believe my boyfriend keeps thinking I'm cheating on him. Oh my God, he's starting to sound like my husband. You get me? So it's looking at owning what you do and looking at how it'll affect your relationship, your marriage, and how it affects your partner, right? And it's being on the same page, and you decide and you making the rules for you what's allowed when it comes to social media, what's not. So social media is not to blame. That's the easy thing to go after. If it wasn't for social media, my man wouldn't have left me, or my woman wouldn't have divorced me, my woman wouldn't have left me for somebody else if it wasn't for social media. But then you look at, and you get this, I get this all the time. If it wasn't for that woman, Greg, my husband or boyfriend wouldn't have cheated on me. If it wasn't for that man or that boy, my lady or girl wouldn't have cheated on me. You get me? It's not about the other person. It's about what's going on individually within an individual and what's going on in your relationship or marriage. What is happening? And like I said, there are a lot of myths out there about cheating and social media, and everybody wants to blame somebody instead of looking at and working on to eliminate issues in your relationship so you can be closer and more connected in your relationship or marriage. Like I said, on all levels, emotionally, mentally, and physically, right? Well, how would you advise how to move forward after being cheated on while trying to make it work? And Amanda, that's a great question, and I appreciate it. And this is mostly what I work on. Most of the couples I see, 85%, one of them cheated, both of them cheated. So I work on this. It needs to be in place. I tell people there has to be 3 things in place to even, to be able to start and work on the process, okay? Number 1 is looking at what caused or what was the reason for cheating, either being emotionally, physically, or a combination. Again, looking at the reason or what caused it does not justify or condone it. There has to be genuine remorse and guilt, not because that person got caught for cheating, but because of the pain they inflicted on their partner. Like Amanda, if you were cheated on and you wanted to work on and fix and heal, great, terrific. Your partner, if they cheated on you, he or she would have to show genuine remorse, not because they got caught, but because of the pain they caused you. And then, let's face it, the third thing is to make sure it doesn't happen again. Let's be honest. So you have to look at what parameters have to be on. I usually tell people, the people that did the betraying, they need to eat crap for a while. That doesn't mean they're allowed to be disrespected. That doesn't mean they eat crap on everything. It's around trust issues. So it could be a week later and they're 20 minutes, half hour late from coming home from work or whatever, right? And you, oh my God, what were you doing? Talking to her? Were you cheating on me again? And they automatically, oh my God, here we go again. No, you know what? That's what I mean about eating crap. No, I'm sorry. I get why you would feel that way. I get why you think I'd be talking or cheating on you again. I'm sorry. Accident happened. There was a detour or whatever, right? So you have to put that in place, and also looking at what is needed to earn that trust back. Is it sharing locations? Is it sharing passwords, passcodes? Is it getting rid of Snapchat or social media that led to the cheating? We have to look at, what is needed to be in place to rebuild that trust. And is that person willing to do it? And that's what I said about eating crap or eating crow, eating shit, about earning that trust back. Are they willing to do it? If they're not, then that tells me chances are it's going to be very hard, very slim, that the relationship, I don't want it to last. You get me? I want it to be able to heal, and I want it to prosper beyond the cheating or the affair. I want you to be more connected. I want there to have that trust rebuilt. I want you to feel like what was missing, what was going on, what led to that is healed, is fixed, if you will. Nothing's perfect, but to be able to stack the deck in your favor. And like that's mostly what I work with, and it's a lot more in depth than what I'm giving you now. And I do, I'm not a salesperson, but I do have a healing after affair course on my website as well, theartofrelationships.org. And I have other courses on there if people want to check them out. Okay. A premarital course, and I have a 28 days to ignite your relationship as well. No, Amanda, thank you for the question. I appreciate it. That's awesome. So I look at, ways to help people out that's, reasonable. I'm not, I suck at business. I'm in the business to help as many people as I can and pay my bills like everybody else. Right. So, again, check out my website, people. It's in my bio down below, or theartofrelationships.org. And every format now, every Wednesday live, I'm doing a Q&A. So please throw out your questions, get your questions out there. Reach out, anything I can do to help. And I appreciate it. Okay. Take care, everybody. Peace and love to everybody out there. Everybody take care.